This week on Coffin Fodder, mop it up and mop it down, because we are talking Peter Dinklage in the new Toxic Avenger.
I am the devil, and I am here to do the devil's work.
I like to dissect girls.
This is God.
We have such sights to show you.
Look at me, Damien. It's all for you.
When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk here.
I see dead red.
Even in hell. Oh, yes. Oh, no tears, please.
They're here.
Here's Johnny.
Hello and welcome to Coffin Fodder, episode 24.
What?
I am your host, Mike Warby, and I'm joined by the mayor of Chud Haven himself,
Jesus.
Kyle Mickleborough.
That's me, Mr. Chudman.
And a guy who never stops doing backflips, Mr. Brady Silger.
Hello!
Hello indeed. And this week we were talking Macon Blair's 2023 remake of The Toxic Avenger. Anyway, this is a movie that follows a janitor named Winston, that's the Peter Dinklage character, and he works for a pharmaceutical company called BTH, which I guess is basically the umbrella company.
Pretty cool. Yeah.
Because, shit's mutating around that area.
Yeah, clearly.
Oh yeah. Especially that bird.
It's almost like it's toxic.
Yes.
Someone should avenge that.
Yes. So yeah, obviously he turns into the titular Toxic Avenger through a what would you call it? Like an industrial. I was gonna say industrial accident, but
It wasn't an accident.
It's not an
It wasn't
accident at all.
No.
Through a
series of unfortunate
what is
events.
supposed to be his violent murder, accidentally turns him into a superhero. Essentially.
Right. Yeah.
Right. And like this, so the original was in the 80s. Is that right?
1984.
I thought it was 87?
87 or 84.
Because man, those years had a real hard-on for the chemical mutation making a
Oh
super.
yeah, we all remember RoboCop.
Yeah, RoboCop is exactly the first thing I thought of. I saw that movie very early in my childhood, and that particular scene scarred me. But we're not talking about RoboCop.
Yeah, when he gets hit by the car and explodes.
Yeah, that. Yeah.
Oh, Paul Verhoeven. Yeah. So I guess the opening of this movie we have a whistleblower for BTH who is leaking information to an activist whose mom, I think she said her mom got killed.
Yeah.
By taking she took
this
chemicals
medicine
or whatever.
Yeah.
Or drugs or something.
I think they say it's cancer medicine.
And she was trying to take
Yeah. And it ends up killing her or something with more cancer. Actually, now that we're getting into the nitty-gritty of the movie, Mel, the first guy that you meet, the one that she takes the hard drive to, his name, Mel, comes from Melvin, which is the original name of the original Toxic Avenger.
Oh, cool.
Like,
Nice.
the actual character was named Melvin Frogel, which I think his name in the movie is Mel Frogel.
There's a lot of weird names in this movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On purpose.
Well, it is a fairly weird movie.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and then we get our first real laugh of the movie when the whistleblower is violently murdered by the band / gang of killers
Killer Nuts.
called the Killer Nuts. Yes.
Nuts. Yeah, they kill him a couple times.
Yeah, he hits.
Yeah.
It basically reminded me a lot of the Will Ferrell gag from Austin Powers.
Yeah. You shot me.
You shot me right in the arm.
Yeah.
I'm still alive down here.
Very badly burned.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's the opening. That sets the basic plot moving, and then we meet Winston, who's the Peter Dinklage character, and he is at home with his son. Oh, his stepson.
Stepson. Yes,
stepson.
Yeah.
His stepson, who is played by Jacob Tremblay,
Yeah, Tremblay.
and there's a bit of a rift between them. They get along, but you can see that there's kind of a rift still there between them.
Yeah, for sure.
As they're dealing with the passing of his wife and the child's mother.
I was kind of curious if maybe she died the same way as they were talking about like the whistleblower. Maybe she was taking that drug because he works for.
Yeah,
BTH.
they mentioned that she died. She also died of cancer.
Yeah, I think she had something to do with taking medicine from BTH. Yeah.
The one thing I did like about this movie was they didn't call it Traumaville like they did in the original and like all of the other trauma films, but I guess being that this is a reboot, they called it Saint Roma
Okay. Oh, okay. So.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. See, I didn't know a lot of that stuff, because, I mean, I've never watched the original. I don't know anything about Toxic Avengers. And had you not picked this movie, I probably never would have watched it. It's just not on my radar.
Yeah. It's a kind of a niche movie. I don't think that's why they didn't release it in every theater.
Right, so what kind of release did it have anyway?
Actually a pretty popular one. It was at a lot of the big CinemaCons and stuff. And
Film festivals.
Then they also released it in certain theaters throughout Canada, the US, and Europe, I believe.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I was looking at, so I was curious what kind of budget it had versus what it made back before we get too far into the events of the movie. It was a $200 million budget for this fucking movie. Like, that's a lot.
Really?
$200 million.
Yeah.
The original was 500,000, I think. Mind you, that's in the 80s, but nevertheless, $200 million for this thing. And I imagine that's because of a lengthy production process.
Yeah, it was definitely one of those development hell movies.
Yeah.
I think the original release was supposed to be 2016 or 2018. And
Yeah, way earlier, right?
Just came out.
Yeah, so
Right.
it must have just spun out of control, which, what a bummer for the studios and
Well,
stuff.
and it made, I think it's only made, like, I could be wrong on this number, but I think I saw it's only made back about $3.7 million thus far,
yeah.
But it hasn't seen a release to a streaming service or to video yet.
I guess on Sunday is when it's going to be worldwide released on stream.
Okay, sweet. I imagine, honestly, it'll do quite well as it gains its stride in people's homes.
Yeah.
Because it's a fun fucking movie. But yeah, like, what a bummer. $200 million for it to get into whatever it had to deal with to get released. Like,
yeah.
That's huge.
Peter Dinklage, his salary is $170 million.
That's exactly it. Yeah. Because there's Elijah Wood, there's Kevin Bacon, there's a couple others that you'll probably recognize some faces, but it's like, it had to be Peter Dinklage.
Oh yeah,
I imagine most people were probably did it for like a song, essentially, right?
I would say so. Yeah.
Because it's meant to be I thought it was a low budget movie, but apparently that's not the case.
And that's where I'm like, the movie doesn't show that it's $200 million in its budget, but like I said, maybe part of that is just its lengthy production period.
Yeah.
Editing, promotion, just trying to get it out.
I know this movie actually went through a couple directors, like mid-filming. But yeah, they had multiple directors come in and out and stuff. And
Directors too.
Matthew Vaughn.
Yeah, I think Matthew Vaughn was originally tied to be the original director.
Yeah.
And then he said fuck it, and they just brought everyone else on and in and out, and nobody wanted the script, so I think that's why it was in development hell.
Well, it makes sense
ever.
that in the end Macon Blair himself ended up directing it then, because he's the writer. I imagine he was only originally attached to be the writer, and then after like 10 directors shit the bed, they're like, okay.
Right. I mean, I guess and as we'll probably find as we try and discuss it, on paper it's a very thin movie, and it's what you do with it that would make it enjoyable or successful, right?
Yeah, it's basically just a setup for like a shit ton of gore.
Yeah,
which is
exactly
very well
what it is. Yeah.
I think probably the weakest part, as is often the case with these types of movies, is the beginning. It takes like a half an hour for this guy to get turned into the Toxic Avenger.
And we've talked about this before on this podcast, even though we've only done 24 episodes. We've done movies already that they've taken the first 30 or 40 minutes of their hour and a half runtime to set their premise.
And it's
fucked, you guys. Make it happen.
It's not very good either. Like, if you're going to do that, you have to be able to, like, the relationship between Winston and Wade just isn't that interesting.
It's paper thin.
And the other character that we're following, what is her name?
I couldn't.
JJ.
Okay. I
JJ
couldn't even
Doherty.
tell you.
So, yeah, 2 out of 3 of our main characters, essentially, are kind of useless.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think the Jacob Tremblay character adds much to the movie. And I don't think the Taylor Page character, JJ, adds much to the those are 2 of the weakest characters in the movie.
They could have had both of them, and the movie would have just fine.
Well, they're basically talking set pieces to move along Peter Dinklage's character, Winston. That's all they are. They're a crux in the story just to keep things rolling, but it's like, like you said, they don't need to be there. And so if you spend all that time building these characters up, and you could say that Wade, the child played by Jacob Tremblay, is crucial in the sense of his relationship with Winston, because he's a dad in this movie, and
Right.
that's pivotal to his character. But you could have him be a dad without the kid even being in the movie at all, and it would
He
it
could
would
be
barely affect anything.
your classic. He could be your classic dad trying to get back into his
Exactly.
kid's life or
Yeah.
whatever. Oh, I fucked up.
It could have been like they could have like phone calls back and forth, you know, and
Yeah.
just been like, "Hey kid, I'm trying to do better," for all the use that he has in the movie.
Yeah, he's in the movie. I guess he gets to be used as the classic hostage at the end
Yep.
of the movie, but
Yeah.
whatever.
I'm
yes.
pretty sure that they because this movie has quite a star-studded cast.
Yeah,
They
it's-
probably cast his Jacob. Yeah, they probably because he was a big name actor and.
He is a big name
big
actor.
for a
Yeah.
kid actor. He's notably he was the one. I think he got nominated for an Oscar for Room, maybe. I can't remember if he got nominated or not. But he blew.
I think
people
he
away
did.
with that
I think he did
performance.
get nominated. Yes.
Which is the one where he's got his face all done up?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Saving Private Ryan.
No, not that one. He was like a kid with a and
Wonder
that's-
Boy or
just
or,
Wonder-
or just
it's
Wonder.
called
Okay,
just
gotcha.
Wonder.
I didn't realize that was that kid.
Yeah, and it's very
Oh.
much like a made to tug your heartstrings movie, but he's good in it for a child actor. He's pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's kind of at that awkward stage though now, where he's like older, and it's kind of like the make or break time. Like,
Yeah,
does this kid have the stuff outside of being a child actor?
Exactly.
Because that happens to a lot of child actors.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of come of age, and then directors and stuff aren't as sure what to do with them,
Well,
and then a lot of them just end up washing out.
Yeah.
Like Macaulay Culkin and
Frankie Muniz.
yeah.
Stay Alive. Still
Oh,
a
he
great
did
movie.
stay alive. He's fine.
I have to bring up Stay Alive at least once an episode.
We gotta get it in there.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess the basic beat that we have to get to set the movie, that were like the important parts of the movie, the fun parts, is that JJ, who's the freedom fighter chick with the information about what BTH is all about secretly, she heads to the plant to try and blow something up.
She's taking toxic waste out of the one thing into a
She's
into a
getting
vial.
samples. She's getting samples. Yes.
Yeah, and then she
So-
runs into Peter Dinklage and like Winston. Sorry.
Right. So the killer nuts are sent after her to try and kill her, but they end up killing Peter Dinklage's character Winston instead.
Yeah.
They mistake him for the one who's supposed to be killed, which of course Elijah Wood gives them shit for. Because they're like the most inefficient, shitty killers ever.
The worst.
They look at him like, oh, we got him, and Elijah Wood hops out of the car or the van, and he's like, what did you guys do? What did you guys do?
It's a white small person, and they're supposed to kill a black woman.
Yes.
It's like,
yeah, there's at least 4 things that are different from this person, from the person you were supposed to kill.
And I guess it's worth mentioning too that Winston has a diagnosis of some kind of brain tumor, and he doesn't have long to live, and that's what sets him on this path to. He goes and asks his boss to help him out, and because his insurance wasn't going to cover it, right? And his boss says, "Yeah, of course we'll help you out." And then
This is Kevin Bacon.
They don't. Yeah, Kevin Bacon. What's his name in the movie? What's the boss's name? Bozo is what the
Bob Garbinger.
Bob Garbinger. Yeah. Anyway, they of course pull a fast one on him, and then this is where he starts his journey of avenging.
Yeah, so the idea is that he feels like basically working here got me sick.
Yeah.
And you guys aren't even willing to cover me with your insurance.
Yeah.
So he goes to why he's at the factory is to rob, to steal money.
He literally did steal money. Yeah, and was running away with it when the killer nuts found him. And shot him.
And of course they throw him into the toxic vat.
Because as you do.
And then that's how we get the Toxic Avenger. I think that transformation sequence is actually
pretty sweet.
It was really fun.
Yeah.
Because it's so deliberately cheesy.
It is, yeah.
Like cheesy 90s music video.
Absolutely.
Like he's spinning in circles.
Just overly psychedelic.
Yeah.
Well, the way they do in the original one is, because it's a completely 180 from the original, but like Melvin, the original Toxic Avenger, gets pushed out a window and falls into a vat of toxic waste from a truck that's driving, and then he just starts burning and ends up deforming and turning into the Toxic Avenger. But he's also huge, and he goes from a little skinny nerd, kind of like Kyle,
fuck you,
to being this giant muscular monster.
Kind of like Kyle.
Well, we're not telling you this. Kyle fell into a vat of toxic waste recently.
Yes.
I am a Toxic Avenger.
He is a Toxic Avenger.
I think, interestingly, myself and Kyle don't have a lot of experience with the trauma stuff.
No.
I saw part of the original movie where he's twisting the guy's head off at the beginning, and I was actually very shocked, because I was a child at the time, so I was very shocked at how bloody and nasty the movie series was, because my only exposure was the cartoon, the Toxic Crusaders, and that was pretty tame, like 90s Saturday morning cartoon.
Oh, yeah.
How hardcore is it gonna get, right? It's pretty tame show.
See, I've never seen any of it.
And then, I went to my buddy's house, and he's like, "Oh, you want to see the real one?" And of course, me and my brother, let's. And then we start watching it, and we're like, I'm like 8 years old watching a guy get his head twisted.
Yeah.
Lloyd Kaufman, when he started Trauma, he said he didn't want to have any rating on it. He just wanted to make movies that he loved.
Yeah.
Like gory, tits out, a couple of like boner jokes, and he still does it to this day. And
So now we're just kind of getting, after all that, into the good stuff. Now that we have an actual Toxic Avenger.
So after he like slowly recovers from the accident, we get like a really funny training montage.
Yeah.
Which I thought that was genuinely
I liked it too.
really
Yeah,
funny.
yeah.
Because it's like one of those things where it's like, well, how do you learn how to fight?
Yeah.
So they just do like a 30-second thing where he meets a homeless guy in the woods.
Yeah.
And the homeless guy trains him how to fight.
Some sage wisdom. The doctor, the self-proclaimed doctor in the woods.
That was genuinely pretty funny.
I liked his victory pose with his fucking mop above his head when he's on the hill or whatever. That was great.
that reminded me of Rocky a little bit.
Yeah,
It's
like of course, yeah.
Yeah, so now he's got his sweet fighting skills that was
Right.
taught by a homeless guy in the woods.
We have our
as
hero.
one does.
Yes.
That's how you get your sweet karate skills.
And he goes to try and see his son, and ends up running into the guy who works for the mob boss.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how he first finds out about his powers, essentially, because he gets shot, and the bullet just comes out of him after, and then he ends up ripping that guy's arm off, and that's the guy who was intimidating their neighbor early on to sell.
Yeah.
And then that basically takes us to the first real gore in the movie. It's like obviously the guy got his arm ripped off, but
that's small, though. We're not here for one arm.
We're not here for arm murders.
No.
We're here for people murders.
Yeah, we want people dead, not just arms.
Yeah.
I can dead arm myself.
So there's a bunch of random conspiracy maniacs and incels are
holding up a fucking hamburger joint or something.
Yeah, what was that place called?
I didn't even.
I can't remember.
I know it was funny though.
Miss something?
Yeah, Miss Meats, formerly
Miss
Mr.
Meats, that's what it is, Miss Meats.
Yeah.
And that's what they're pissed off about. They're pissed off about the woke agenda.
Yeah, it's exactly what
used to be Mr. Meats, now it's Miss Meats.
That's exactly what it is.
that was pretty funny. Cause, unfortunately those people exist, and there's millions of them.
Actually, that scene, I guess, is kind of the only thing that's similar to the original, with like the restaurant and the guys going to take it over.
Oh, okay.
That's the only similarity to the original that this has.
Nice.
And like some of the makeup kind of the same, but like they aren't very rapey. In the original, they're very rapey.
Oh, and like in this one?
In this one, they're just woke, which I think is
anti-woke.
Anti-woke.
Yeah, they're a bunch of incel
even know
douchebag
who's
conspiracy theorists.
Yeah, but Peter Dinklage fucking goes off on him with his mop. I love how the mop is also super powered.
That was like in the first trailer when he attacks the first guy and rips his jaw off with the mop. Yeah. That was in the original teaser.
Fuck yeah!
From like however long ago.
Yeah, I think it was like
ever ago.
I think that was the test footage. I think that was originally what they used for the test footage to like get people on board, because it didn't have an actual studio it was with, so I think it was just the production or like the test footage, like the Deadpool stuff.
Oh, okay, yeah, but that's such a great scene to finally kick things up a little bit, because there's like 8 back-to-back deaths. I don't know, it's just nothing but blood and guts.
Yeah. Oh yeah, once it starts, it's just murder, mm-hmm. and then he gets out after, and the cops are going to shoot him.
Yeah, right.
But then it turns out like the people stand up for him, like he's the hero, he saved us, and so on, etc.
I like the news anchors too. I like how the guy's just an ass. He's just like such a typical old white man, and the woman's just always telling him to shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
the whole movie. Yeah,
I can watch the whole movie with just that.
Yeah, he's just bitching and grumbling about everything, and she's just shut the fuck up.
And one recurring thing that I noticed in the movie that I thought was pretty funny, because it's blink and you miss it almost every time. But almost every time they have words on the screen for one reason or another, there's a joke in there somewhere.
Yes.
I noticed early on when they were explaining the town, it was like the Chudhaven Bureau of Expository Maps, and it's like literally exposition on the map that they're showing you. So.
Yeah, well, and there's a ton of stuff like that. Even just...
Of course, Chudhaven itself.
Chudhaven itself is a joke, but on Miss Meats, all the posters and stuff on the window, every single one of those is a gag in some way or another. I can't remember there's one about a chicken burger that you see on the door. It says something like, "Please come try our cock," or something. And it's like...
naturally. Naturally all
course.
Sexual innuendo and bullshit.
I wonder if that chicken burger thing might be a nice nod to Lloyd Kaufman's other film, Poultrygeist, which takes place in a fast food restaurant that serves chicken.
Sweet.
Which will be a pick for a later date.
Oh, very good. Sounds juicy.
Because there's a sequel coming out and it looks pretty fucking good.
Nice. So... he comes out and he's proclaimed a hero by the town now, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So everybody recognizes him as a hero. There's a bunch of beats in between, but I don't really... like, what happens in between? The next biggest thing I remember, and it's only because that's where all the next blood and gore is at the concert with the Killer Nuts. But there's stuff in between there, but that's like the next...
we should talk a little bit about the Killer Nuts, because they're fucking pretty hilarious.
When they first came out, I was like, this is fucking stupid, I hate these guys, I don't want to watch a whole movie with them. They're sweet.
They're really cool. They're
basically
like Limp Bizkit crossed with Slipknot.
Well,
crossed with ICP.
That's what I was
yeah. Well, essentially Hollywood Undead, but...
yeah. Whichever, insert...
just like corny
insert a mix of cheesy new metal bands.
Yeah, totally.
Elijah Wood's character.
Fritz Garbinger, he's the younger brother of Bob.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
And he looks like a little Igor freak.
Yeah. Remind me of the Penguin from...
yes! That's exactly
Tim
right.
Burton's Batman.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
Little pale-faced weirdo. Absolutely. Half-bald, long hair. Yeah, that's
hair.
Yeah. Greasy little prick.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
There's a scene where, and early on when Bob is talking to Fritz and he goes, "You hired your shitty rock band to do your wet work?" And he goes, "They're not rock, they're monster core." With such serious voice, he's like, nice. Who cares?
And yeah, there's multiple members of this stupid band that is also a gang of criminals, I guess. We have the Rooster Man, who wears a big rooster mask and dresses like a raver.
Big fan of
We've got the Zodiac Killer for some reason.
Right. Yeah, I didn't even notice that's what was on his fucking...
He's wearing the Zodiac hood.
He's also flipping all the time, which is...
there's the guy who flips, that's all he does is flip.
He's the parkour guy. Yeah,
he's not even, he doesn't even do anything for the music.
No, they just...
He's everybody else has a role in the band, at least.
Yeah.
He's just on the stage doing flips and shit. That's all he does.
Yeah. Because then there's a girl, there's a cowboy dude,
and the girl talks in only a made up language that nobody can. Yeah, it's all garbled and demonic,
and it has subtitles, but it's just
the subtitles is just it's just symbols and runes.
Yeah.
But anyway, they're a gang of freaks and misfits, and then Elijah Wood is their manager, the Fritz character, and yes, they are a good source of comic relief throughout the movie.
I think unless you want to go anywhere else with this, Brady, their showdown at the concert is kind of one of the cooler parts of the movie for sure.
Yeah, I'll agree with you. Yeah.
Oh my god, that part was so funny because especially one of the guys who attacks him first. I think the second guy who attacks him is the flip guy.
Yeah.
And then Peter Dinklage just steps out of the way.
He just moves to the side.
And he's like, oh no. He flips off the stage and explodes.
Right. He just blows up. There is stuff before that, and we're gonna be all over the fucking place on this one because we've already passed the warehouse spot with the dead body gag thing where he's holding the body out. That's before the concert.
Oh my god!
Right, yeah,
that was really funny. That was really funny. Yeah, there's a scene where Peter Dinklage's Winston kills somebody, and then he's holding up his body from around the corner, saying, "Come here, come here."
It's like, what do you want? Not right now.
Come here. I'm gonna tell you something.
No, you have to come here.
That's genuinely a pretty funny
scene.
Pretty
funny when you come to it.
There's a lot of really good... Sorry.
There's some pretty funny shit. My favorite kill is probably when he kills the lead singer of the Killer Nuts, and cuts off the top half of his head and the bottom half of his head at the same time. He like opens his brain up and then also cuts his jaw off. I thought that was pretty.
That is pretty funny.
That was one of the only times I noticed the digital effects. That was
it?
Yeah, the blood coming out of the top of his head was digital.
It's probably one of the bigger kills, I guess. I mean, there's a lot. Like, we can skip further after that to the showdown at the mansion at Chudhaven, which they inevitably end up at after Toxie, who Winston becomes, the Toxic Avenger. He corners him and JJ take down the rooster guy from the Killer Nuts and pull off his mask, right? And it's just
he's a baby.
shriveled baby head. Yeah,
that was very.
Yeah, so they're interrogating Babyhead, and the baby squeaks out that they're at Chudhaven, and that takes them to the showdown at the mansion with Bob Garbinger.
And of course, Bob Garbinger takes the serum.
Yeah, they've been working on it.
We have to mention that he got caught first.
They take Toxie's blood.
You let him catch you.
Yeah.
But the girl next door.
Because this is one of my other favorite scenes is the escape from being in prison. So they're taking his blood to turn into a serum to make themselves superpowered.
Right. Yeah. But how they catch him, because him and JJ go there together. Mm-hmm. This is the freedom fighter girl.
Yeah.
They go there together to try and get revenge or whatever. And then they walk up to the statue and it leaks gas, and that knocks them both out.
Right.
And that's how they get them captured.
In chains.
Yeah, and then that's when they start extracting his Titan serum or whatever. I don't know what you want to call it.
His ooze blood.
Yeah, some blue ooze out of his. I think they're taking out of his
his neck or something.
Out of his spinal.
Yeah.
His spinal cord or something.
They're shoving it in the back of his neck somewhere. So it could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, they keep pulling this nasty blue liquid out of him, and they do it 3 times, and the 3rd time he's basically dead almost. Mm-hmm. So that's when they stop, and then Bob takes that serum and kills the mob boss who's been threatening him.
That's right, because now he's all jacked up. And I think there's a quick scene of his assistant, who's also supposed to be his partner, takes some of it as well. The blonde lady.
She takes the last little drops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, another one of my favorite scenes, and probably one of the funnier ones, is he's weakened and trying to escape, and by he I mean Winston is trying to break the chains to get out because they're going to kill Wade, his son. And he's too weak to just break them by being strong and powerful. So he's... what did he say? Something about...
I gotta pull my dick out.
Yeah, anyway, I gotta piss on my face. And he literally has to roll over, because earlier it shows that his piss is acid, but he kicks his legs up and pisses on the collar around his neck to escape. Great times.
Well, and that's
this fucking weird mutant dong pops out.
Well, that leads to a funny gag too, where he also has to use his piss to free her.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Don't worry, my aim's better
now." Yeah. Good times. And then we kind of rifle from there towards the
now we're
big
basically
showdown.
at the finale, mutant versus mutant,
janitor versus boss, Winston versus Bob Garbinger. Bob Garbinger.
And you know what? God bless Kevin Bacon and Elijah Wood for just being as weird as they're gonna be, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
As their careers have gone on, especially Elijah Wood has just gotten weirder and weirder, man.
Which I love because he doesn't need to do good movies.
Well, he did Lord of the Rings.
He's set because he's done other ones. Not that it's relevant to this, but I think it was a Swiss Army body or something. I can't remember.
He's done all kinds of weird shit, man. He did.
That was Daniel Radcliffe.
He's also.
Wait, no, sorry.
No, you're right. It was Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah, okay, you're right. Yeah.
I know. He plays the weird serial killer obsessed guy on Yellow Jackets.
He's also in.
He's the weird
Sin
guy.
City.
Oh yes, and
he's a serial killer in Sin City.
He's the weird guy. He's the weird neighbor who fights with nunchucks, and I don't feel at home in this world anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's done lots and lots of super weird shit over the last decade, and it's nice to see. I like to see it.
I think he's one of those actors that doesn't really give a shit. He just wants to act. He'll not act in everything like Danny Trejo does. Sorry, Danny Trejo, if you're listening. I love you.
Yeah, he's someone who can just do what he feels like doing.
Because he seems like he does a lot more indie films and passion
That's
projects.
what I mean. I think he's in his weird era, and I appreciate that. That he's just kind of like, whatever floats my boat is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Him and Daniel Radcliffe are very much in that same vein.
Which is interesting, because they both came from the big early 2000s
Absolutely, yeah. And I
series.
mean, people confuse them for each other, even like I just did for the entirety of their careers, probably.
Yeah,
People
so
die.
Bob Garbinger and Winston face off finally at the end, and they fight to the death. And Winston wins.
One of them dies, and it wasn't Winston. And everybody lives happily after.
Is there any beats of the fight that we need to cover? I'm fuzzy on this one.
I was gonna say the fight is pretty much just one and done. It's a one-handed fight.
It's pretty cool that he ends up getting basically blendered by a car motor starting.
Oh yeah,
which is interesting.
That was fucking awesome.
It's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, that was great.
And there's some good JJ and assistant gal both have a nice little showdown as well. And other than that, I think they all live happily ever after. And we find out that Winston's brain tumor is now all better because he is just a giant tumor.
Yes.
It's not a tumor. No, it is a tumor. It is a tumor.
That's a Toxic Avengers 2023/2025
2018, 2016, 2012, 20...
Yeah, anyway, we're pretty thin on this one, as Kyle said, but it is honestly a lot of fun. It's a great turn your brain off movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Great turn your brain off and just watch a bunch of stupid shit happen. And of course, yes, the recurring bird throughout the movie.
I love
There's
that.
this, which is hilarious because it's literally like a Muppet.
It is.
And people act like it's like just a regular, like it's actually a
I
bird.
think Dr. Man, crazy dude in the woods, at one point mentioned something about a red herring warbler or something being a endangered species, but they're all gone because of the toxicity. I assumed that bird was supposed to be one of those, which is super crucial to the plot.
Sorry, what I took away from the bird was the same thing with Poultrygeist, whereas that they should probably get, that's probably the chicken, but it could be a different thing. But
It's just a
bird.
It was just a funny gag that they used
Yeah.
throughout the movie that I thought was really silly and it was fun.
Also, I'm sorry, I love that Kevin Bacon goes, "We don't do anything wrong," and then you can see like at the factory all the toxic waste going into the river.
It felt like they were doing a Trumpy thing with him to a certain extent.
Yeah,
maybe.
I could see that.
To me, it was just Megacorp in general. You know what I mean? Like.
Right.
Yeah.
So, final thoughts, Mr. Brady Silger. What do we got?
Peter Dinklage did a really fucking good job.
Yes, particularly once he becomes the Toxic Avenger.
Mm-hmm.
I think early on he's kind of struggling with the material a bit.
I would say.
Yeah, but I don't know. I know he did the voiceover for Toxie, but I think it's just Peter Dinklage as Peter Dinklage before. And acting, and then
he's doing the voice.
Yeah, I don't know if he actually was a suit actor.
A guy named Luis Guerrero was the guy in the suit.
Oh,
yeah.
Cool. I was also gonna say, I know, like in the original movie, Toxie gets bigger after Melvin gets toxified.
Yeah.
Peter Dinklage also gets a little bit bigger when he becomes Toxie.
Gets muscular, and there's a girthening process they mention at one point as well.
He got a big old penis.
Yeah.
Hence the giant mutant penis he pulls out.
Hence the giant mutant penis. Yeah. Final thoughts for me. Final thoughts are about as thin as my other thoughts on this movie. Not that it was bad, it was just a quick in and out romp. And if you want to have a little bit of fun and watch some people get decimated, I guess
you could do a lot worse.
You could do worse.
We have done a lot worse.
We've definitely done worse.
We personally have done worse on this very podcast.
We're just trying to bring it back down after some of our good last episodes, that's all.
Yes.
And it gets better from here. Spoiler
alert. For my part, I mean, basically I'd echo what you guys say. It's got a lot of fun gore. Mm-hmm. It's genuinely a pretty funny movie.
It's pretty fun.
Like, I think this sort of would have been a great Grindhouse kind of movie.
For sure.
Like a movie to go see with a bunch of people.
Yeah.
And just laugh your ass off and be like, oh my god, you know?
Yeah, it's a popcorn movie. It's something you can just put on and not have to worry about. If you don't feel like getting into something that you need to use your brain for, this would be it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I know a lot of Lloyd Kaufman's films are kind of grindhousey, but like with more sex than violence. Well, not sex, more sexualization than violence. But also it gets really gory, like Grindhouse.
Yeah.
And he likes that. He didn't really have a lot to do with this. He gave the thumbs up to the people that wrote, or the guy that
Making Blair. Anyway, it's not gonna blow your mind, but I genuinely had a really, really, really good time with it. Like, I had a lot of fun, a lot of laughs, and a lot of gore. It's a really good time. Just maybe not that much for us to talk about.
No, it does take a long fucking time to get going. Honestly, I checked out of this movie at once and had to go back and finish it because I was like, man, I'm not watching another.
Oh yeah, the first 30 minutes. If you need to go to the fridge or go make dinner or whatever,
popcorn,
whatever you got to do, just let that baby run in the background.
I think my words were actually, "Fucking Brady, I'm not doing this again," and I turned it off, and then realized I had to watch it, so I went back, and it was fine. But that's my final rating.
Sorry, I have a second final thought.
Then I guess that wasn't your final.
You
fucking piece
son of a bitch! You son of a bitch!
Okay, go on.
I'm a huge fan of Lloyd Kaufman and the original Toxic Avenger. And this movie, I was a little disappointed with everything.
Yeah, I'd seen a lot of people who were big fans of the original kind of seemed to have that same thought or feeling about it.
They did more of the superhero trope with like modern superheroes. Than they did with the original, but there wasn't really a lot of superhero movies in the 80s. I love the original Toxic Avenger. It's one of my favorite films, just because how obscure. I love superheroes. I love horror. It kind of blends them in a little. Yeah, and it's also funny as hell. This movie is pretty funny. It goes in a weird, more modern superhero route that I didn't really care for.
Because as you say that, it's very much like an origin story. Which, I think that's part of my problem with it, is like, I don't want to see 40 fucking minutes about how this guy became the fucking...
Yeah, smartly, I don't remember a lot about the original, but I do remember that the murder starts instantly in that movie. And I think that's what this needed, because... The first, as we mentioned, that first 30 minutes is a bit of a slog.
Yeah, I know they wanted to build up a little bit of a relationship with him and Wade, just so the end fight would make more sense. But they could have chopped his character out of the film, and it still would have been fun.
Get Wade out of this movie. JJ can stay because she's important for the plot, but get Wade out of this movie, man. That basically wraps us up for the 2023 Toxic Avenger.
2025.
The production year is 2023. It just wasn't released until 2025.
Okay,
Anyway, so that wraps us up for the 2023 remake of the Toxic Avenger. And as we head into our 25th episode, we have a little bit of a special surprise for you.
I know what it is.
It is... We are doing what we're going to be called the Overlook Spectacular. And it starts next week with The Shining.
Fuck yeah.
Jack Nicholson, Shelley Duvall.
Oh, dude.
It's one of the most legendary horror films of all time.
So good.
And fucking hell yeah, we are going to be covering that next week.
Fuck yeah.
So we will see you in
7 days.
And until then,
Keep your eyes open.
And we're out.